Football season comes, so welcome to our Friday Night Frenzy preseason special. I'm Fred Heumann.
And I'm Tim Staudt, and we thank you for looking in tonight to begin the season. The first games every year on Thursday. We visited 20 high school practices over the last 2 weeks. Time does not allow us to get to all 20 tonight, but here we go.
Indeed, let's start at DeWitt, Tim. A couple of weeks ago, the Panthers held a media day for all of us to come out and preview their season. I guess when you've enjoyed the success DeWitt has under 25th-year head coach Rob Zimmerman, you can do whatever you want. So he had a media day. Since 2009, the Panthers have had an incredible and cumulative record of 149-26. Zimmerman likes the feel of his team heading into Thursday night's opener against Hazlitt.
They just are hungry, and whenever you see that mentality, that drive, it's hard not to be excited as a coach when the kids have that fire. And there's an awful lot of guys on this team that just love football, love playing the game, and that's hard to find sometimes.
Do you look for that in your school, guys that love the game like you do?
Yeah, well, I think, again, we're fortunate. I mean, I'm so old, I've been here so long that the guys are used to the program, the expectations. They've been part of our culture for a long time, and when you have that, you kind of see who has that fire and who doesn't coming up, so you have a good idea of what you're going to get. When you don't have the transfers, you got what you got, and so you can develop those kids.
Now to East Lansing, where the Trojans have a winning tradition as well, under the direction of another coach who's been around quite a while. Bill Faracco entering season number 20 at East Lansing, head coach. He's led the school to the playoffs for 6 consecutive seasons. East Lansing won 2 playoff games last year and have some key graduation losses. But as Faracco told Fred, that's part of the drill every year in prep football.
I guess even though you lose players, that's part of the drill here, but you kind of like this process of high school athletics, don't you?
It's the growth that you see in the individual kids, and then the collective growth. As we always tell the kids, to belong to something a little bit bigger than yourself, and to be able to have a say in the goals and objectives that you want to accomplish, and then have a contributing role into that, regardless of what it is a very positive thing for the kids.
For me, the Irish tradition is just like knowing that all the graduates know what you're doing and like not to let them down, you know what I'm saying? It's something bigger than yourself.
All right, more local stops still to come, and as we finish each of our segments tonight, we want to close with the thoughts of area coaches about what the Friday night lights are all about. Why are Friday nights at 7 o'clock so special to them?
Our environment is outstanding on Friday nights with the band plays a big role in the cheerleaders, and obviously we've had a lot of success and the community supports us so well. I just think it's a great thing for everybody involved. There's a lot of people who have had a big hand in this over a long period of time, and there's a ton of pride in the program from a lot of different directions.
I feel the same way Mike Smith always did. It's one of those things where it brings your whole town together. You sit there, you see the lights, you hear the band, you see people in the seats, everybody's there to cheer for their one team, one way or the other. Maybe by the end of the game they're cheering against you a little bit, but they're all there to celebrate their town. In a sport like football where you are sacrificing so much together, it takes you through something a little stressful and you come out with a little more care with each other at the end. And that's what it means to us.
Every driver in Michigan has to have insurance on their car. It's our job to make the insurance company that they've been paying pay you the money you deserve when you've been in an accident. When they hurt you, it's our job to make their insurance company pay.
Orthopedic Rehab Specialist Physical Therapy is your mid-Michigan leader in getting athletes back in the game. Trusted as the go-to experts for sports injury rehabilitation, ORS offers physical therapy in Lansing, Jackson, Ann Arbor, and Jonesville. ORS physical therapists, athletic trainers, and performance coaches will rehab your injured athlete to return to their sport. Stronger, faster, and more explosive than ever before. Orthopedic Rehab Specialists. Call ORS today.
Hanson's knows that your home is a place of comfort and protection. That's why our durable, energy-efficient, and weather-resistant roofing is guaranteed for life. With over 30 years' experience and thousands of 5-star reviews, we're your trusted home improvement expert. Get 55% off installation or enjoy no interest and no payments for 2 years.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Imagine this. A
day filled with indulgence, bursting with excitement, and packed with extraordinary moments that build memories to last a lifetime. A day that is unmistakably yours. At the place that is undeniably spectacular. Whether you're winning big, dining lavishly, or relaxing oh so comfortably, it's your getaway reimagined. At Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
I've got home internet from T-Mobile.
It only costs $50 at T-Mobile.
Just one cord to set up.
Say goodbye to that truck.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
They won't raise your rates at T-Mobile. You'll get a great deal every day.
Home internet from T-Mobile, just $50 a month.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. We've had more $1 million wins than most law firms have had cases. Our experience pays. So get the Bernstein advantage. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
And welcome back. And while we talk every year about a lot of Lansing area teams that have been winners over time, in Jackson, the Heumann Christi Titans may be the most consistent winners in our entire viewing area.
They are an amazing story. Herb Brogan, what a monster of wins he's created there. 44th season as head coach. Yeah, at Heumann Christi, are they something else? And last year it looked like they were going to come down and have a bad year. Heumann lost its first 3 games of the season, roared back to win 11 straight to finish this season, winning another Division VII state championship, a thrilling 15-12 win over a very good Traverse City St. Francis team in the championship game at Detroit's Ford Field. Heumann is now switching conferences this season to the prestigious Catholic League. New ground for Heumann Christi, and really no time, I guess, to bask in the glow of last year's state title.
You know, you enjoy it for a little while, but as soon as you get back to it, you're ready to go again. You know what you got to do to try to do it again. It's always a different group of kids. There's anticipation for a new league this year, so there's a lot to be excited about.
It's really hard, but they keep enforcing the fact that, the championship win was last year's win. That wasn't ours. That doesn't belong to us. This is a whole new year. It's a whole new team. If we win, it's going to be our win. They just keep enforcing that and repeating it over and over, and really just putting the state championship in the rearview mirror.
On to a school that once had a proud football tradition but has fallen on very hard times in recent years, to Okemos, where second-year head coach Effie Scott-Amakwar tries to stay upbeat amidst an astounding 31-game losing streak. The last Okemos football win came in Week 2 of the 2019 season. The numbers are better than last year when they had to drop varsity football for the final 4 games, but Effie, a one-time star athlete in the area at East Lansing, will not back down from this challenge.
I'm someone that embraces challenges. I've always told myself that, I don't run away from challenges, I run right to them. I knew this was a big challenge. There's tough days. There's days where I get a little bit down. But, I'd always remember my why. I got into coaching to be a mentor, to be someone that could inspire change in the youth and help kids grow. That hasn't changed. So there's a lot of kids in this program that have experienced crazy growth. They've grown in so many areas, not just as an athlete, but just as a person. We got guys that are so much more confident than they were a year ago, and that's what's important to me.
You got to say, Tim, he's an impressive sounding guy, but man, it has been a struggle at Okemos for years.
Yeah, they have a chance, though, to get a win when they open Friday night, brand new season, no losses on the card yet. They play St. John's. That's a home game for Okemos, but it's moved to East Lansing because of construction ongoing in the parking lot in the stadium at Okemos. We have much more coming up, and we're going to be back. But here is more now from area coaches on what Friday Night Lights means to them.
I can't imagine not being on the sidelines on a Friday night just because the excitement, the school, the band, the cheerleaders, the whole atmosphere of the school, the alumni coming back, when you're walking around and you see, hey, I'll see you Friday night. I mean, it just puts a great feeling in your stomach.
It's a huge rush. I just love being out there with my guys. You spend all this time during two-a-days during the summer before that, but you spend all this time grinding together. So to finally be able to turn that on Friday Night Lights or get out there with the guys, it's a blast. And just to run out there with them side by side and knowing that we're going to battle with each other is a special feeling.
To be honest with you, there's really no greater feeling.
For me, I've been doing this a long time, and don't nothing get me excited like Friday nights.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you, thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Orthopedic Rehab Specialist Physical Therapy is your Mid-Michigan leader in getting athletes back in the game. Trusted as the go-to experts for sports injury rehabilitation, ORS offers physical therapy in Lansing, Jackson, Ann Arbor, and Jonesville. ORS physical therapists, athletic trainers, and performance coaches will rehab your injured athlete to return to their sport. Stronger, faster, and more explosive than ever before. Orthopedic Rehab Specialists. Call ORS today.
Birth trauma is not an accident, but you'd never know it the way hospitals and doctors cover it up and protect each other. They can't hide the truth, and they can't hide from us. Every year we win some of the biggest birth trauma verdicts. We have some of the best trial lawyers in America. Nobody wins more birth trauma cases than we do. Feiger Law. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Friday Night Frenzy Season Kickoff Special is sponsored by Orthopedic Rehab Specialists and by MSU FCU.
And welcome back to our preseason Frenzy Special. We continue to venture to various practices of local teams, and Fred has next up another perennial winner.
Yeah, Tim, Lansing Catholic had an off season by their standards last year, but still made a late season run to make the playoffs. Lansing Catholic set a very rough start out of the gate in 2022, but they lost the first 3 games and 5 of their first 7, but the Cougs won 4 in a row late in the year before losing to powerful Grand Rapids West Catholic in the regionals. Cougars could not get any consistent quarterback play last year using a couple of guys. They think they've resolved that issue this season. They open Thursday night at Waverly, and third-year head coach Jim Baker still banks on the tradition of Lansing Catholic football.
The good thing is we won the state's last 2 out of 3 years. And so I should say, last 2 out of 4 years. And so a lot of these kids have been part of that Ford Field experience. So they've kind of felt it, and they know that our expectations is that. So even though we had a kind of a struggle during the season last year, we still went to the regional finals. So we know no matter what, when we get to the playoffs, we're playing much bigger schools during the season. When we get to the playoffs, we're playing more people our size, so that usually benefits a little bit.
We started out rough last year. We came back, turned it around, and ended up finishing strong, but we'd always want to finish even stronger than last year. So I think we'll take that to this year to really empower us to go even further this year.
Lansing Catholic plays in the CAAC White. That league adds 2 new members this fall, Lakewood and Olivet. And the Olivet Eagles have called upon their former head coach for several years, Gabe Priddy, who was on the staff last year, but he was an assistant coach. Well, now he takes over the reins again as the head man, and this program has enjoyed great success in recent years. 6 straight winning season. These Eagles have been in the playoffs every year since 2007. New league, new head coach, but the same old lofty goals at Olivet.
One thing that we talked about
with our guys with is it's really going to prepare us for playoffs. Seeing the level of play, similar to when Olivet went to the KVA years ago, when they started the level of football just stepped up, and every game we played, we had to be ready no matter what the record of the other team was. And this is very similar to that. We're just great coaching all over the conference and great athletes, really physical football. So yeah, it'll be an adjustment for our kids, and our kids are excited for the challenge.
Well, Olivet opens Friday night against Remus Chippewa Hills and plays its first CAAC white game against the defending league champion Portland in week 2. Welcome to the CAAC, right, Fred?
Yeah, Tim, they've been a very solid program, those who said, and will hold their own in the CAAC white. We are going to turn our attention to college football and the Lions when we come back. But for now, from area high school coaches and what Friday night football and that experience means to them.
It's special. It's special in many communities, especially St. John's. Our St. John's community supports us so much. We get great turnouts at the games, and it's just such an exciting time to feel under the lights, a little pressure as a young man, and just feel that you got a town behind you, you got a community behind you. I actually have goosebumps right now, and you can see just sitting there talking about it. But it's a special place to be. It's a privilege to be able to play in those situations, and I hope our guys understand that, because when it's gone, you look back and realize how special it was.
It's awesome. You kind of know everyone. You know all the parents. You get a close-knit community, and everyone comes out on a Friday night, and you know it's like what you see on TV. You know, every store and restaurants closed because they're all going to the game. So it's really nice, and it's neat to be a part of. Yes.
Man, it's just once you're a part of it, it's just something I think that sticks with you. I really can't explain it. Even as many Friday nights as I've been in as either a player or a coach under the lights, you still get the butterflies. You know, heck, even as a kid coming to Friday night football games and playing football off to the side. It's just always been a special thing, special part of the community, and it's awesome to still be a part of that.
Fact or fiction? Kettle has a great reason to celebrate. That's a fact. Kettle is celebrating its 25th anniversary of providing great service to the community. Free programming and activities are planned for the entire year. Check it out for yourself at kettle.org.
Orthopedic Rehab Specialist Physical Therapy is your Mid-Michigan leader in getting athletes back in the game. Trusted as the go-to experts for sports injury rehabilitation, ORS offers physical therapy in Lansing, Jackson, Ann Arbor, and Jonesville. ORS physical therapists, athletic trainers, and performance coaches will rehab your injured athlete to return to their sport. Stronger, faster, and more explosive than ever before. Orthopedic Rehab Specialists. Call ORS today.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
Come shop Value City Furniture now during our Labor Day mattress sale, the biggest of the year. Save up to $700 on Tempur-Pedic mattress and adjustable base sets, and up to $800 on Stearns & Foster sets. Plus, get free delivery on mattress purchases of $9.99 or more, and so much more. Want to try out a mattress? We've made it easier. No hassle, no worries. All during our Labor Day mattress sale, only at Value City Furniture.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Fact or fiction? The library can't help you get around town. That's fiction. Our popular Library of Things collection allows you to borrow both CATA 31-day bus passes and 10-ride rural service CATA bus passes. Check it out for yourself at kettle.org.
Welcome back. Tim and Fred with you for our preseason Friday Night Frenzy special. We also want to thank Joey Ellis for his contributions in putting this show together while the high schools kick off Thursday night. The college season has 6 games this weekend. Michigan and Michigan State open next weekend.
Absolutely, and the Spartans will open next Friday night, 7 o'clock, September 1st, Fox Sports 1 against visiting Central Michigan. It's going to mark the 100th season of football in Spartan Stadium, and this MSU team has been hard at work practicing for 3 weeks. There's a daily battle for positions, including quarterback, where Noah Kim and Caton Hauser vying to start the opener against the Chippewas. Mel Tucker, in his 4th season now as the head coach at MSU, we asked him if this last week of practice before the opener is the time to separate the men from the boys, so to speak.
Every day we're trying to separate guys. We try to put them in positions, and like I haven't really seen anyone back down. I mean, I've actually seen guys get tougher. We actually really need everyone to be good. Like, that's the only way we can have a good team, is we can't just have like these 30 or 40 guys over here who can play and all these other, we got 115 guys out there. We travel like 70 dudes, right? So we can't have like, 30 or 40 good players and the rest of these guys can't play. I don't even want like the men over here and the boys over here, because that's how we get beat. I mean, we need everybody to be over here.
And, of course, the Detroit Lions have one preseason game remaining before opening their season Thursday, September 7th on Channel 10 against the Kansas City Chiefs. And, Tim, I don't have to tell you about the Lions hype machine going into the season.
Everyone loves the Lions, especially around our place here, to make the playoffs this fall and perhaps win the division. And much of it is based on how the Lions finished last season. They won 8 of their last 10 games, nearly inching their way finally into the playoffs. Didn't quite happen, but close. Aaron Rodgers has left Green Bay. He's now out of the division. The Lions are viewed as an up-and-coming contender in the NFC North. That, of course, has put the onus on Coach Dan Campbell to produce a winner. He was asked about the pressure this fall of the big expectations.
Do you feel the weight of responsibility now that you got them all cranked up, they're all coming?
No, I don't feel weight. I feel wind underneath my freaking wings, man. That's what I feel.
Truthfully?
Truthfully. I love this, man. This is outstanding. I love our fans. I love that, man, they feel it like we feel it. No, this is not a burden. This is not pressure. This is not weight. This is, man, this gives me inspiration is what it does for me.
That may be my favorite soundbite of the year so far. Big hopes indeed for the Lions. Everywhere you go, people are saying they're going to be favorites in the division and the playoff team. Tim, we'll see. So we'll take a look.
Yeah, and it's going to be amazing because Mark Ewell has made a huge change. He's the executive director of the Michigan High School Athletic Association. He's made a number of changes since taking over in that role in 2018. He's got great foresight, I think, for high school sports in general, certainly for football. So with the new season ready to kick off, I spent some time with Mark Ewell in his office to chat about some timely high school topics. As we begin a new football season, generally speaking, do you have any concerns that are more pronounced than usual, or play ball, everything looks good?
Everything looks as normal as it has going back to probably the fall of 2020. This feels as normal as anything has prior to COVID. Truth be told, I think there's going to be some always trickle down from the collegiate levels, and we see all of the conference realignment and those kinds of things. Now, granted, they're chasing big time dollars, but at the high school level, football drives conference realignment and conference membership, and I think that will only give some folks around our state, another example or another reason. Are we really in the right fit with our football schedule? Are we really in the right fit with our football league? And I just get a little bit of heartburn that we may be seeing more of that trend that we're seeing at the college level.
So a couple of years ago, with all of the publicity negative about the safety of football from the NFL on down, I thought that must affect participation levels, but we're at about 35,000 kids playing football here in Michigan this fall. That looks like participation's up a bit. Why is that?
I think part of it's the post-COVID bounce, that really kids are now back, fully to do what they want to do. And frankly, Tim, the other reason is football has never been safer than it is in 2023. With the advancements that we've had in equipment, with clearly the changes in playing rules, the way that the game is officiated with targeting and all of those head contact hits of 10 years ago going out of the game. I think we coach the game a lot better. There's now more concussion education and awareness today than there's ever been, and you bake those 5 things together in that cake, And with full confidence, football's never been safer than it is today.
And you're upbeat about the finals at Ford Field Saturday, Sunday with the Penn State-Michigan State game. And are you convinced this is a one-year deal, or you're willing to go with the flow, whatever works for both Ford Field and Michigan State?
We were happy to be a partner in making the puzzle work this year. I don't love Sundays, but for 1 year it is what it is. I do have pretty good confidence this is a one-year adjustment, because when the college football playoff expands, the college season is actually going to move earlier by a week. And the thing that I'm really excited about is now Thanksgiving weekend with that new schedule is the weekend of the conference championship game. So no longer on Saturday do we have to compete with Michigan, Ohio State. No longer do we have to compete, which often has been Michigan State, Penn State later on Saturday. So yeah, we're kind of taking one for the team this year. We'll make Saturday and Sunday work. It'll be a great weekend, but I am looking forward to getting back on our normal schedule, which is the Friday, Saturday of that weekend.
All right, Fred, let's go play ball, get the season underway.
Yeah, we appreciate Mark Ewell's time, and we are indeed, throughout this show, we've been sharing with you the thoughts of our local high school coaches on what that Friday night experience means to them. So as tonight we say goodnight to close our show, here's a few more comments from local coaches talking about those Friday night lights and what it means to them.
What I tell the kids, what I tell the people in the community, there's nothing like Friday night lights on Friday night in Mason. There's such a great sense of community. It involves our fans, obviously it involves our team, our band, our cheerleaders, people that run the concessions. Everybody's involved. It's a great environment. There's nothing like it.
It's that feeling of riding out there under the lights, the smells, the band. I mean, to this day, when I'm out on there on that field and you smell that popcorn and the lights are on and there's that smell in the air, and then all of a sudden the band starts beating that drum, I still get goosebumps down the back of my neck. It's just like, I love this. This is just, we're so fortunate to be able to do this, to be in a country, in a place where we get to do this. We get to play high school football in the state of Michigan, and it is awesome.